Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the LFG Cast. This is episode 5, I believe. It is officially 2020. Happy New Year. I hope you guys had a fantastic holiday. I had a lot of super fun. I went to this big ass party with my fiance, paid some nice money for some good steak and some good food, and we danced. We had some cheesecake. It was great. But I wanted to talk about on this week's episode fresh starts, starting over, new beginnings, all that jazz, because it is the new year. And what happens at the new year? People go, new year, new me. They've set resolutions, and I'm guilty of it. I've done it. And I don't think it's a bad thing, but it can be if you consistently fall off your resolutions, right? You know, you set a resolution, I want to eat healthier, or I want to go to the gym, or I want to be more productive in my field, whatever, this, that, and the third, and you start, and then 2 days later, nothing happens. And this has been a problem, and I've talked about it on the podcast before. This has been a problem with me for a large portion of my life, and it doesn't really necessarily just pertain to New Year's. I have had times where I've said, okay, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. And I start and then I never, I stop. Or it gets too hard. Or I miss one day and then I'm like, oh, that's it. That's the end. I can't do this anymore. And it's unfortunate to have that mindset. But I just think that it's important to kind of realize that you're in that place. I realized that is who I was, but I don't want to be that person anymore. And I talked about this a lot on the last podcast, not the last podcast, but on the procrastination episode of the podcast, where sometimes it's just, there's a difference between being overwhelmed and procrastinating and sitting there and just going like, oh, all right, this is how it's going to be. I guess I'm never going to do this. Well, no, don't you don't have to think like that. You can get up and you can be the change. You can do the things you want to do. You don't need the new year to signify that. You don't need a special date, right? It can be the catalyst, and if it is, fantastic. If this new year is the year where you make a resolution and you make a change, oh, my neck is like so, oh, it's so messed up from sitting all day at work. But if this is the year that you make the change and it starts with you actually making a New Year's resolution and sticking to it, then more power to you. I would be extremely happy if that's the case. For some, maybe most people, that won't happen. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I want you to know that it doesn't have to be that way. Me, for example, I didn't make a big fancy post about the new year where I'm like, oh, 2020 is going to be the year where I do X, Y, and Z and I break 100 subs on YouTube finally. I keep fixing my hat because for some reason all my hats are crooked and I don't know why. Like, you could see that. Like, maybe it's just this part. Maybe it's just this part. We'll fix it. We'll fix it. Don't worry. Professionalism. Whatever. I like how it looks. I didn't do any of that. I said what I wanted to do this year, right? I didn't make a big deal out of it. I posted it in Discord. I maybe talked about it on Instagram, but I didn't parade it around like a mantra. Because I've noticed that when I do that, if I fall back and away from that, or if I deviate from that, then I end up beating myself up, and I don't like that. I don't like beating myself up. I want to be happy, right? There are things I do that I don't like and I need to work on them. That's fine. But overall, I want to be happy. I want to have a happy life. And I think that should be the goal for a lot of people. Now, that can mean a multitude of things. If that means, like in my instance, getting to the gym and taking back control of what you're going to eat, God bless, go after it, lift them weights, be smart, educate yourself on the lifts you need to do or the exercises you should be doing, how to do them. If you're cleaning up your nutrition like me, be smart, educate yourself on the things that you should focus on and the things you should kind of veer away from on the regular daily basis. But if that means, if you're a content creator and that means, oh, I want to put out one post on Instagram every day and do at least, 1 to 3 TikToks a week, do it. If that's what that means, do it. Post on Instagram, post on TikTok, get after it. Don't let it just being New Year's be like, oh, I'm going to show it off, I'm going to floss, I'm going to front. Don't front. Okay? And I know I shouldn't be talking because I don't have the best track record. But I'm letting you guys know that I don't have the best track record, but I want to change that. And I want to change that with you. If you want to come on this journey with me, let's do it together. The added strength in numbers. I hear a lot on social media and on YouTube with all the people I follow. All the people I follow. Surround yourself with the people that will lift you up, right? And that could be people that have the same like-minded goals as you. That could be the people that have the same mantras as you. All this different kinds of stuff. I've been hearing that a lot lately. And I want to extend that to you because I know that there may be a lot of people out there that are just like me. You're just starting out at something. Or you've been wishy-washy about it for a couple years, but you want to get serious. It's okay. So have I. So I want to extend that hand and let you know that it's okay. Come on that journey with me. I'm going to move you a little bit. Come on that journey with me and let's do it. So this isn't just going to be a health... Get off of me. God, this jacket's trying to attack me. Oh, okay. So this isn't going to be a whole video about health and nutrition and fitness. I think I'm going to save that for a later episode in the podcast, maybe next week, where I talk about my fitness journey, my health journey, and my nutrition journey. But this is just an episode for you guys. We're just going to just talk about stuff we want to do. And I know I'm not doing this one live, but if you have any resolution or if you have things you want to change or you want to see happen in 2020 that continue for the rest of your life or for an exceeded amount of time, let me know. Put them somewhere down in the comments. Tweet at me. My Instagram DMs are open. All that shit. Discord, come over by Twitch, whatever. Let's talk about it. So my New Year's, I'm not going to call it a New Year's resolution. I'm going to call it my plan for 2020 and beyond. Is I want to get my health in order. So that's the first thing. So I want to continue going to the gym on a regular basis. And for me, that is at minimum 2 to 3 times a week. Now, the reason why I say at minimum is because I know there are some times where I may not be able to make it to the gym. Like, for example, New Year's Day. New Year's Day was hectic between traveling back home. I didn't really get to the gym. But I didn't beat myself up about it, which I would usually do. I just told myself, just go to the gym Friday. Get back on your routine. But I made a mental note, hey, you missed chest day this week. Just be aware of that when you go into next week. Things like that. I want to clean up my nutrition. I don't want to say I had great nutrition, but there was a time in 2019 where I felt that I had a pretty okay grasp on my nutrition and my diet and how I ate and how much I ate and what I ate. And I kind of let that grasp slip. The holidays are always a big nostalgic and emotional time for me. And on top of that, there are only, coming from an Italian household, there are certain foods we only eat on the holidays. So did I indulge? Yes. Did I overindulge? Fuck yes. Am I crying about it now? No. Do I know that may have set me back a little bit? Yes. Am I going to work towards changing that and not making that a daily habit in the new year? Hell fucking yes. So right now, if there's something that is an unhealthy habit for you that you want to change in the new year and make it a positive change, a permanent change, type in the comments, hell fucking yes. Let me know down below because that's a big thing. Habits are important. So that's like the health side, right? I want to be more active. I want to improve my body comp a little bit. I want to gain muscle, lose fat, all that, BS. Now there's another side. I like to look at this as like a three-sided plan. So I got my health and fitness. Well, actually a four-sided plan. It's like a cube. It's like a square, four sides. You know what? We'll do a little do a little square thing. Top part, health and fitness, right? Second part, we'll do one of the little lines, whatever, little lines. Mental health, and I'm going to call it mental fitness. The reason I'm putting this separate from health and fitness is because I think health, the way I look at it is I have my physical health, my physical fitness, my physical longevity, but I also have my mental and my spiritual health and my mental fitness and all of that longevity on the other side, that those two things need to be in tandem. They need to work in tandem with each other, because if you're not taking care of yourself physically, your mental health is going to go to shit. Now, however, even if you take care of yourself physically and physically, your mental health may not be that great, but it's something to work on. So the second side is mental health, my resolve, listening to my gut more, overall doing things that make me happy, because I know that plays a part in my mental health. Because if I'm happy, I feel better. Obviously, if you're not happy, you feel like dog shit. But to get to that mental place of I'm not saying being happy 24/7, because we have emotions and we're human, but I'm saying doing things that make me happy to just kind of put me in a better mood naturally. That's the second thing. The third thing is on the gaming side of things. So now as you can see back here, I have a pretty big backlog in this binder, right? A pretty big backlog. Digitally, I play essentially 2 subscription-based games. I know Destiny 2 is not a subscription-based game, but the way they dole out content, it might as well be a subscription-based game. I know it's a free-to-play game, but between that and World of Warcraft, I got a lot of stuff to play. So, starting tonight at the time of this recording, I'm shifting my stream focus to my Thursday night streams, which I do solo, are going to be for games like Destiny and World of Warcraft. That way I can get time each week to play those things and enjoy them and hang out with friends and just kind of have a relaxing stream where I chat with you guys. We talk about our day and shit like that. And that opens up the opportunity for me during the week to play single player games. Like right now I dropped a pen. Like right now I'm playing through Persona 5, and that's really fucking fun. There are going to be exceptions to that stream, schedule type thing. When Kingdom Hearts Remind comes out later this month, we're going to stream that because I love Kingdom Hearts. If you can't tell, I got Riku in the back over there. Boop, there he is. I got Riku over there. I've got little Sora right here. I got a bunch more pop figures, Kingdom Hearts pop figures related. So there are games I want to play, and instead of just playing them once a week and having people, come and miss things, that's not fun for me, so I don't want to do that, right? And this isn't one of those things where it's like, oh, I'm doing it because of I'm doing it to pander to other people. No, I'm doing that because that's not fun to me. I like playing a single player game. I like taking my time with it. I like enjoying it and delving into it. If I was streaming, 3 nights a week, that'd be a different story. But I'm not. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Friday nights are still going to be fam nights. I think once Salt and I finish up Borderlands 3, I think maybe we'll play like Crash Team Racing or something like that. That's the third side of it. And the fourth side is the content side. I do want to start putting out more content. And if that means that I don't make as long videos or podcasts, then that's fine. I typically end up shooting for like 20 minutes and then editing it and putting it on YouTube and putting it on Anchor and all that stuff. And I love that. But if I have just, if it's a week and I just have like a 10-minute thing or like a 5-minute thing, 8-minute thing, I'm going to do that. And I'm just going to post it. And that's going to be that. On Instagram, I want to start posting more pictures on Instagram. I do want to start doing more song covers on Instagram because I love singing and doing a cappella covers. I just like doing that, so I want to do that over there. I like posting fitness stuff over on TikTok, so I want to do a little bit more of that. I have some ideas for videos for YouTube in the future. I'm currently writing a script for a Modern Warfare review. That's kind of been in the works for a while, but with the holidays, I haven't had a chance to really write it. I'm about a third of the way, almost 2/3 of the way done with the review. So once the script gets out, it's just a matter of recording, filming some live footage stuff, and then editing it all together and getting it out to you guys. Other than that, I have some ideas for like annual type videos that I'm not going to disclose yet. It's something I've been talking about with my fiance, and she's excited to help me do them. But those are like the four things, the four groups that make up what I want to do for New Year's Eve. Not New Year's Eve, but for what I want to start doing. I want to be happy. Now, at any point, some of those could change. You know, on the content side, on the gaming side, those could change. Because that's life, and life changes, and life does all this crazy shit. But other than that, that's what I want to do. You know, I want to be happy. That's my goal. And that may take a lot of hard work. But I'm sick and tired of not putting in the effort and not doing it for myself. Because I owe myself that happiness. Just like you owe yourself that happiness. You owe yourself health and happiness. But you have to get it. It's not owed to you. There was a great post by Papa Swolio that said, health and fitness, it's not owed to you. You have to go and get it. You have to earn it. You have to put the hard work in. And he's right. Now, again, everyone's ideas and everything everyone wants to do, it's going to be different. So let me know what your 1, 2, 3, 4 things, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to change, let me know in the comments down below over on YouTube. You can let me know over in Discord. You can let me know on Twitter at ThePhantomKingX or any other place you can find me on the internet. All those links will be in the description down below on Anchor and on YouTube. But other than that, thank you so much for listening to this episode of the podcast, guys. If you want to become part of the LFG network, make sure you subscribe to Anchor. Make sure you subscribe to YouTube. Make sure you join the Discord where we have discussions like this. Make sure you go watch us over on Twitch where we play games and do stupid shit. All that stupid jazz. And most importantly, I hope you guys have a fantastic new year. And I will see you guys next time.